Hey folks, Lorian here. I probably should come up with something else to say, but you know what? That's what I say, so it works. Works for me. Hope it works for you. Because not everybody knows who I am. Some people this could be the first time they've ever watched one of these videos. And then they might be saying, who's that blonde-haired lady in the video? I wish she'd tell me who she was. Which is the only excuse you're going to get out of me for why I start these videos the same way every day. The truth is, I don't know why I do it, but hey, that excuse works for me. So anyway, today my hair's all a mess. I washed it today because I'm going away down to Concord for Kirtan tonight. Actually, I'm going to a yoga class first, and then I'm going to Concord for a Kirtan. So anyway, I decided I probably ought to not look like a total bag lady when I go out in public, so broke down and washed my hair, which is not my favorite thing to do because I have so much hair and it's so long. It's such a pain in the ass to deal with, but every time I threaten to cut it all off, everybody I know comes unglued. And so what I'd like to do at some point is just, shave it all off. Because if I was like completely bald, I could have such fun. I could get like 15 wigs in all different colors, all different lengths of hair, some of it straight up spiky, some of it long, and I could just like be a totally different person every day, and with a lot less trouble than having to actually deal with my own hair. But anyway, that's I should be a little bit more careful about what I say on these things probably, but you know what, this is just Lorian in the raw. Life with Lorian is Lorian in the raw, so you'll have to just get used to it, folks, because I'm not really good at controlling what comes out of this mouth till after the fact, and then I say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that, But anyway, so today it's great out. First of all, it's really, really great out. It's 2:30. It's 53 degrees. I have the slider open, and it's really, really, really nice out. The dogs are out on the deck, as a matter of fact, laying in the sun. And so this is one of my favorite parts of the year in New England. Fall is my absolute best ever favorite time of the year in New England. It's so beautiful, even after the leaves are off the trees, because they're kind of muted colors. But the smell of fall, the smell of the leaves on the ground is just to die for. So that's one of the things I'll actually miss when we're out west, is there's not trees out there like there are here, and a good portion of the trees are pine, so you don't get the fall color and you don't get the smell of the leaves on the ground. So I'll miss that, but I will thoroughly enjoy being out there, so I won't miss it enough to ever come back here and live. Anyway, I'm going tonight to a Kirtan, which is one of the lovely, lovely things in my life. Kirtan, for those of you who don't know what Kirtan is, it's chanting, and it's very, very, it's a chanting. There's a person who actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Not officiates, because that's really not a good word. There's a person who sings out the first, what you're going to sing back to them, and so this person sings out something, and then the group sings it back, and there's usually some musicians that play, and it's really a wonderful, wonderful practice. It's very centering. It's very peaceful. Some of the folks, where the local one that I go to, the folks, it's done in Indian Sanskrit, which I've been in India twice. I've actually spent a total of 5 weeks in India, and so hearing the native Indian language kind of brings back some nice memories for me. And so and you do the chanting in the Indian Sanskrit. And so, well, one of the nice things I like about the local one where I go is that they have the Indian words for you on the paper, but then beneath that they have the English translation so that you actually know what you're singing. And so it's just it's really wonderful, and I really love to go, and it just and I don't get to go that often. And so tonight I have a friend, Adam, Adam Steinberg. He is just hysterical. I adore him, and And he is actually a yoga teacher. I have a friend, Helen, who's also a yoga teacher, and my friend Helen does a very basic, gentle yoga, and I just adore her as well. And I actually am learning the practice of the yoga that she does. It's very, very gentle. It opens up the spine, and it's actually really helping me with some difficulties I ran into with the alignment of my spine and the fact that my shoulders had begun to round and kind of got stuck in that position because I spent a lot of time working as a stocker in a produce store and lifting heavy boxes, putting them on a hand truck, hauling them out to the floor, and then lifting them and dumping them all in the bins. And I figure I probably moved, you know, it was thousands and thousands of pounds of produce every day. And so my back began to mold itself. You know, I spent so much time in a hunched over position that my back and my shoulders began to want to stay that way, and I didn't even realize it. And so this gentle yoga practice that I'm doing is actually helping my body to remember how it's supposed to be and begin to get more comfortable in its own natural posture again. And so that's been very helpful for me. And so so anyway, I'm getting ready to actually go and do that. I'm gonna meet Adam down at my co-op where I've worked this evening, and we're going to go down and we're going to actually I'm going to, like I said, he teaches yoga, and I'm going to go with him to one of the classes that he teaches, and then we're going to head down from there. I'm actually hoping at some point to get my husband to go to a kirtan with me. Probably I should get him to do yoga, at least this gentle yoga that I'm doing, because my husband has had issues with his back. He injured his back working at the post office when he was in the plant up here in White River, and it's you know, he's actually done really well with it, but it does bother him still. And I think this yoga practice would actually allow his back to heal rather than just allow him to deal with the issues in his back. And you know, but that's honey, if you are listening to this, I don't know if he watches these things or not. Probably he doesn't. So don't tell him. Don't tell him that I spilled the beans on him in my my Life with Lorian video today. But you know, I'd actually kind of like it if he went with me to a kirtan. I have no idea if he would enjoy it as much as I do. But you know, he's a musician. My husband actually is a very, very good musician. He plays the clarinet and he plays the saxophone and he plays the flute some, and he plays around on the piano some. But the two things that he's really, really good at, I mean, he is really, really good. He was in the Army band, as a matter of fact. So he's professional. When he's practicing, you know, when he's playing all the time, he is professional with his clarinet and with his sax, which aren't instruments for kirtan, but he's got music in him. And so I think that that it might be something that he actually enjoyed. Although the pace is, you know, my husband is a Fast and Furious in terms of movies. My husband is a Fast and Furious kind of guy, and I'm a Western. So, and in terms of music, he is kind of more toward jazz, and I'm more towards ballad. I played the violin when I was in school, and the cello when I was in school, and so I did learn how to read music, although I don't remember how anymore. And I learned, I spent about a year and a half as an adult taking piano, and so I learned a bit about reading music there, but I don't remember much of what I learned. But I actually sing, and so, but I'm a ballad girl. My voice is not so much suited to jazz, but it's very suited to ballads. And so, so anyway, you know, at some point maybe I'll get him to actually go on to a kirtan with me. But, you know, I don't know. I ain't holding my breath. Anyway, okay, so that's probably it for today. Because you know what? I got up. I went back to bed this morning. I was up late last night, and I went back to bed this morning. Didn't drag my sorry ass out of bed until 10:30. And so, and it is 2:30 now. And I actually have to get some things done before I head off for my big adventure for this evening. And so I just thought I'd hop on and do my little Life with Lorian video today and let you know that spring has come to Vermont. I am deliriously happy with that fact. I've got my slider open. The sun is shining through. There's a breeze, which is a little bit cool, but not enough to keep me from having the door open. And I'm off to have a wonderful adventure this evening. And my husband is down to, let's see, Tuesday is 7. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think he's down to 9 days at the post office, and then he's a free man as well. And so life is good. We're moving forward. The plans are going along well. I got somebody coming to look at the house again tomorrow, and I am delighted with the state of my life. And so that's it for today. I hope you're delighted with the state of your life, and if you're not, you know what? Just make some other choices. Figure out what a delightful life looks like for you, and start stepping towards that, because everybody deserves to have a delightful life. And if there's one thing I've learned, because I haven't always had a delightful life, tell you the truth. Matter of fact, most of my life has not been delightful. But I've had moments of joy, you know, but the overall context of my life was not delightful for a long, long time, because I made some choices that enslaved me to the life that others wanted me to live, because it was really good for them, not so good for me. But you know what? Even if that's where you're at, guess what? You can do something about that. You can figure out what a delightful life looks like for you, and you can have it. And you should. You should have it. And so if that's not where you're at, then it's time to turn that around, because everyone deserves to have bliss in their life. Everyone deserves for the dominant emotional state of their life to be bliss. Everyone. Everyone. And that includes you. You're part of everyone. Deserves to have bliss be the dominant emotional state of their life. And so I'm going to leave you with that, and if you would like my help in figuring out how to get from where you are to where bliss is the dominant emotion of your life, I would be more than happy to do that, because yes, I do have some experience in that arena. And so anyway, this is Life with Lorian, and this is Lorian saying you have yourself a great day, and I will be back at you tomorrow. Bye-bye.